Hey guys, you've joined us live on Moneycontrol and the headlines still continue to be from gold, which is trading at a 3-month highs right now, and we've seen the international markets just about $20 away from that $2,000 per ounce mark. For the Indian markets, the break of 60,000 has led to 60,600 coming in on charts as well. Where is gold going from here? Who's buying gold, and whether you should be buying gold or not are all the questions that we are going to put to Ghazal Jain, who joins us from Quantum AMC. Ghazal, thank you so much for joining us. First of all, on the price move itself, in 11 trading days, we've seen the prices gain from $18.10 an ounce to $19.80 an ounce. How do you see, first of all, this run-up come?
Yes, it's been very impressive last few days. As you all know, the gold was on the back foot since July because there was a growing hawkish narrative by the US central bank to keep interest rates higher for longer, given the backdrop of, above target inflation in the US, as well as a resilient US economy. And because US Treasury yields in the dollar were strengthening, it was weighing on gold prices. But these dynamics have completely taken a backseat since the Israel-Hamas conflict broke out earlier this month. It's driven up gold prices upwards of 8% approximately, and we've seen investors are rushing to the relative safety of gold because the uncertainty on the geopolitical front is is increasing, and we've seen a lot of volatility in risk assets, and that's where this whole interest in gold is actually coming from.
Clearly. Ghazal, also, we do know with the CFTC data telling us that it is the money managers which are buying gold right now. Is there buying coming in ETF? Do we see the global central banks buying right now? Are big HNIs buying gold right now?
Right. So on the domestic front, in the ETF space, in the gold mutual funds space, we've definitely seen some inflows coming in. Globally, as of September, there was a sustained trend of outflows from global ETFs. But October has definitely seen some renewed interest coming in from there. Central bank buying has been extremely, robust this year as well. Despite a very high buying last year that we saw. But the first half at least has been really supportive for gold prices, and we're expecting that sort of buying momentum from central banks to continue in the second half of the year as well.
Ghazal, we've seen estimates or projections on gold prices as high as 2,000, 2,100, 2,300, depending on what report you're reading. The best I've seen is 2,400 as well for the next year now. Is Quantum AMC in that sense putting out a projection?
Sure, we are bullish on gold, over a 1 year or medium term basis. And that's mainly because, despite 1 or 2 more rate hikes, some, tactical moves that can come in from the Federal Reserve this year, it's clear that, the end of the monetary policy tightening in the US is come to a close. And that is what has been weighing on gold prices over the last year or so. And with that moving out, the prospects for gold are definitely looking good. Also, we have another, variable here, which is the US economy. A slowdown, is sort of likely in the next couple of quarters there, and if that triggers some sort of policy easing by the Fed, the first rate cut from the Fed is as of now expected in mid-2024. But if the Fed is forced to cut rates or ease policy, in response to some sort of a growth setback in the US, while inflation remains above target, it will be really bullish for gold prices. And in terms of why we see or why a US slowdown is likely is, of course, the cumulative effects of all this tightening over the last year and a half is yet to show up. And we're also seeing, a lot of mixed indicators, economic indicators coming out of the US, but a lot of fundamental drivers that have, supported US economy as of now. Sure. Those tailwinds seem to be behind us. So in that sense, with the Fed policy tightening coming to an end sooner or later, prospects for gold are definitely looking good for 2024.
Is there a number that you're putting out?
No, unfortunately, I'll not be able to share that, but we're definitely, very productive on where we think it's going to be a very relevant asset class investors to hold in 24.
All
Yes.
right. Okay. So another thing is when it comes to the Indian markets, and as you mentioned that ETF holdings have only been growing here. So what is the kind of participation, new folios that you've seen, new portfolios that you've seen, and also what is the kind of holding that India has right now?
Right. So in terms of gold ETFs, August was a very good month. We saw inflows over 1,000 crores coming in. September, we saw some sort of a moderation with close to 180 crores of inflows coming in. Overall year to date, the numbers are looking very good. Even in terms of folios, we're upwards of 48 lakh folios now. Which is also a very encouraging trend, and it is a testimony that investors are seeing gold for as a relevant asset class given all the macroeconomic uncertainty and now geopolitical uncertainty that is prevailing. So in terms of gold ETFs, folios and inflows, very encouraging trend. I think in fact, for the rest of the year, I think we are even more positive on gold ETF inflows.
All right. Ghazal, always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for joining us. So that really is a view coming in from Quantum AMC. Very bullish on gold. The folios have been increasing, participation on the higher side, and we've seen numbers going up on the markets as well.